Critical Hit, a Major Spoilers podcast. Thank you so much for downloading and checking us out this week. The big question, Kevin, who runs Bartertown?
What is real?
Yeah. I mean, is this real life? Is just this fantasy? Is
this is not forever?
This is not my beautiful wife.
It's not my beautiful snake monster.
So, you guys, last time
on Critical
Hit,
discovered that as part of the sabotage inflicted by the Sabotage Company at the behest of Talos, the Squeaky Clean is infested with a glitch gremlin who has taken over your holographic amusement chamber and trapped you all in a potentially endless series of phantasmal holovid creations. Last time, it seemed to be taking it seemed to be taking some inspiration from among xenomorphs and stuff like that.
The classic.
The classic. But this time it has changed genres substantially, as you are now in the middle of or rather affixed to one of the faces of the Dodecahedron, one of the galaxy's most infamous fighting arenas, where the only rule is there are no rules.
But that's a rule.
That's the only rule.
What? That's the one rule. They just said there's no rules. Why are they contradicting themselves like this?
It's a good thing that Amu is not a robot. Because otherwise he'd go onto ontological shutdown.
Yeah.
Yep.
I quickly imagine 11 rocket launchers that I then fire at all the other faces on this thing, thus destroying everybody. And then clicking my heels 3 times and wishing that I could go home.
Well, you guys will have the opportunity to try to go home, but you first you're momentarily disoriented as the world shapes around you. But an announcer quickly takes over and informs you of some of the basics. You guys will have a couple of moments to talk to yourselves, though it doesn't appear there's an easy way out of the dodecahedron itself. So first, the announcer will say, on the purple face, weighing 140 kilograms, from Booster City on the red planet of Akaton, Vangie and her lizard brain trust. Woo, woo, clapping. Everybody's
lizard brain trust. We should write that one down.
Yeah, that's not bad. 140 kilograms, though. You lose weight.
On the orange face, weighing 350 kilograms, the grappler that's a rattler, the python of the polygon, Fair de Lance and his viper pet. Woo, woo, yeah. Let's get ready to roll.
Oh boy.
I would have gone with the Hydra of the Polyhedra.
That's good.
Ooh.
I think I would have gone with let's get ready to tumble. Let's see.
That's not bad.
Because, like tumble and dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go. One of the known facts of the dodecahedron is that it moves. So it is not a stationary battlefield. It will roll periodically. Actually, Vangie, you've seen this show. You know how it goes. But if you get the crowd on your side and basically do some performance combat stuff, then you'll have more control over the dodecahedron, and you can use it to your advantage and to your enemy's disadvantage. But that goes both ways, and people often have certain flares or styles of fighting that are less about the combat, although they are trying to hurt you, and they do mean it when there are no rules. But they have to add a little something extra because just fighting to the death is not that interesting.
No. Oh boy.
Are we? We're still in the HAC, right?
Yeah.
Yes, this is a simulation,
you try to deal with the gremlin. Focus on that.
Can I?
Yeah.
So, do we assume that the control panel, the computer, is around here somewhere? Where do you think can wirelessly hack it?
I think you'd have to know where it is, but this is a simulation. If you think you can find an exploit, either to get us through this faster or to find the computer, by all means.
Wireless hack
Quentin,
says
it wouldn't hurt you to look around too.
Says your exocortex can access another computer system within 20 feet, allowing it to attempt a computer check against the computers each round using your skill bonus. I could also attempt to overload it or do a remote hack, which would use my computers and engineering. And that's also within 20 feet.
I do like that. That seems like something you'll be able to do on your turn.
Okay.
Because everyone gets to roll initiative as
I don't want to.
Attacked. It looks like Skritic has the initiative as the force fields, like the artificial gravity holding you guys in place against the faces of the dodecahedron. By the way, the dodecahedron's faces are translucent. They're force fields basically, and you can, when you smash someone up against them, like it causes like a little ripple of energy. But otherwise, they let people see through. Sometimes they're tinted different colors, like at the beginning, for instance. So Skritic, you get to seize the moment. What are you doing?
Basically, I just kind of start running, get enough momentum where I can run along the lower tilted edges of the polyhedron we're in and start leaping from face to face. When I think I'm in a blind spot to the thing, I leap and try to basically get a knife into his back.
Ooh, okay. So you're trying to basically move around the edges of it so you can leap at him from behind. Why don't you make an acrobatics check?
All right.
Yeah, so it does see you coming, unfortunately. So, what's the DC on your trick attack?
It's like 20 plus their challenge rating.
Yeah, so you do not get him. You don't catch him flat-footed. The main one. So there's like one leader, obviously, and then he's got a crew of cronies behind him.
Fair enough.
You can still make your attack.
Yeah, I'll still try to jab into him with my knife. 21?
Oh, yeah, you hit. Go ahead and roll damage.
3 damage.
3 damage. All right. So, do you say or do anything when you land the attack?
I just yell, and plunge it in.
At that, the main Ilthasarian kind of glances down at you contemptuously, and he takes center stage and says, "It's me, Fer de Lance. I'll put you in a state of trance, and if, perchance, you happen to advance, I'll use my battle stance, slither around you like a dance. So, Vangi, take a glance. You don't stand a chance." And with that, he will race forward to Vangi. Go ahead and you get an opportunity attack if you'd like, Skritic, as he moves to bite and grapple you, Vangi.
Do I get an opportunity attack? Oh wait, no, I haven't acted yet. Boo.
No.
25.
Well, also he's closing to you.
What's your kinetic armor class?
My is 25.
Whew, that's pretty high.
Yeah, I just got an armor upgrade.
He does take the damage that you just dealt. Skritic as you knife him from behind. But immediately the crowd starts to sway in his favor, and you can literally feel that as he gets like the upper angles of the faces and things start to move underneath you. He goes to bite with his main head and misses, but some of these smaller heads then try to bite you just a moment after that. And one of them gets a piece of you for not very much damage, but you do have to make a fortitude save against. So you take 3 piercing damage, Vangie, and you have to make a fortitude save against poison.
All right, I don't have any special thing against poison, so it's just going to be straight roll. 23, though.
Oh, yeah, you can shake this off. It's not too virulent. But the whole dodecahedron is starting to roll in their favor. Fortunately, you're up next.
So, here's a question. Like, how the holographic suite normally would work? Like, do I like have to create a program? Like, is there any way? Like, I guess can I like will things to be true here, or would I need to have like be at an actual functioning terminal?
Yeah, so normally you it's not like a neural interface to your mind. So yeah, you willing something to be true would have no effect in a standard program. Most of these are, they're programs, like they're holovids. Some are designed, with like these are probably based off of real people who fought in a situation, but with a bunch of special equipment set up to them, and then with all sorts of special editing and all of that, you get to basically play the VR Wii game of MMA in the dodecahedron.
Have I seen this specific fight or the specific fighter?
Yeah, why don't you give me a culture check, and we'll go ahead and say your background applies, so the diff will be 5 lower.
Cool. So not very well though. So I only rolled a 6, so I've got an 8.
Yeah, so you don't know much about them, except that they combine grappling and biting with rap battle lyrics to encourage audience participation.
That's so sweet. And she's like, should have done some more practicing before this. All right. Let's hope that this will suffice. I've got some fire and I've got some ice. And then she will grab with her cryopike and try to stab it in his chest.
Nice. Go ahead and make an attack roll.
Cool.
And then right after you're done with that attack, so I see the attack, and go ahead and give me a roll that is your base attack bonus plus whatever your charisma mod is, plus a d20. So it's a d20 plus whatever.
Here, I thought about upping my charisma when we had our ability stats, and someone convinced me not to. Like what?
Yeah, somebody convinced
with their
me
charisma
to not increase my will save. Now that I think of it,
I still got a 16 though.
Oh, good. So that, by the way, if other people want to quickly add up what their base attack plus charisma mod might come up for other people who try to engage the crowd, basically. But that's your performance combat check. And so you're able to get even footing, which is good because you think if it had gone any further in their direction, it could have knocked like everyone prone, for instance. And you're also able to land an actual hit with that cryopike. So when you say fire and ice, the ice becomes very literal, and you get to deal your damage.
That's going to be 16 cold damage.
Yeah. It does not like that very much, but it recoils, and some of its scales frost over, but it brushes it off. Hecubino.
First off, I'm going to try to move basically so that the majority of the party is between me and the Snakios.
The Viper Pit.
Yes, the Viper Pit.
You got it.
And then I will attempt to use a mind thrust on, was it Fair the Lands?
Cool. So
yes,
what's the saving throw of that? Saving throw DC, that is.
Yeah, the saving throw, I'm going to use it as a second level spell. So the DC is written down somewhere. One would help out. Here we go. 17.
Cool. So you reach out and attempt to link minds with it. And as you do, as you thrust, you realize there's nothing actually there. It's a construct. It's an illusion or a force field or hard light, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't have a thinking mind. You do, however, as you thrust your own psychic energy out, sense one other mind besides the lot of you present here. It's actually in the stands, and you look around for a moment and you can see Glitch flickering as it watches in a seat in the arena.
Okay.
You did not expend your spell slot.
Okay.
But nothing happened because you learned that was not a real creature with a mind. You can say anything you want. Otherwise, it'll go to Quentin.
I will nudge Bob and try to casually point out where Glitch is.
I will nod.
Cool. Quentin.
So we're in a cube.
No. You're in a dodecahedron. I've been very clear about this.
Yeah, it's a cube. It's a 12-sided cube. So does it seem like we need to actually engage in this battle, do you guys think? Or is this something that we need to undermine?
I will tell you that the Viper Pit is certainly going to engage you, whether you want them to or not. But I'll let your friends answer.
I mean, I think that
I could tell you which
basically we should be splitting our efforts. So, like, I'd say, me and Skritic on, murdering snakes, and
you
others
shout this
maybe
to him in character real quickly.
I mean, yeah, she'll say, like, focus on the situation. Focus on the gremlin.
Fine. Quentin is going to do what Quentin does best. Quentin is going to engage the crowds so that we don't all die when the 12-sided cube starts a-rolling again.
Nice.
Yeah, Tesseract.
All right. Yes, a 12-sided cube is a Tesseract. So, Quentin is staying behind Vanky, but Quentin is going to do something you've never seen him do before. Are you ready? Are you prepared? Kevin, are you prepared?
I don't know that I can be prepared.
Oh, no, be prepared because this is the best ever. Engaging Beastie mode. She's the V-A-N-G to the I. You step into her, tell your friends bye-bye. She breaking heads, professional lie. To tell the truth, she gonna beat you and you're gonna die. Cracking skulls till the break of dawn. Mowing down snake people like she's mowing the lawn. You may try to tell me that's anachronistic, but that's just because you are antagonistic. Word. And so I'm going to engage the crowd behind Vanky so that they will cheer for her and such.
Was this a great idea or a
Or the greatest idea?
You did this.
Yeah, you're to blame for all of this, Kevin.
You are to
It's
blame.
your fault.
So Is that
Go
a
ahead and make
diplomacy
a
check, do you think?
diplomacy check, yes. To hype the crowd, for sure.
Yeah.
You get a +2 bonus on that one, too.
I get a +2. Yeah. Beastie mode always does that. You get the pump. 23.
Oh, yeah, that's very good. So as the dodecahedron starts to roll, and the Viper Pit has to make a bunch of saves to remain standing. So I will handle that real quick.
12-sided cubes are very difficult when they roll.
Fair to Lance succeeds, but all the rest of his minions fail, and they start slithering around on the ground and using their legs to try to get their humanoid torso back underneath, like on top of their snake body. They're also, did I mention their size category large? They're like the size of a horse.
Yeah, I gathered when you gave our respective weights.
Oh my gosh.
All right. And finally, well, not finally, because there's actually several more combatants, but the person I know has been waiting ever so patiently to try to use his wireless connection.
Yeah, but I don't think I can. I don't think I can because we are in combat tracking, correct?
Yep.
So I can't use wireless hack, but I might be able to use... Oh, man. I might be able to use remote hack. I can use my custom rig to attempt computers and engineering skills check at a range of 20 feet. A target of this ability or a creature attending or observing your target can attempt a perception or sense motive check to determine that you are the origin of the activity. So I think this sucks. Or I could try doing overload. How far away does this glitch thing look? Like it's... Oh, first of all, is glitch a technological subtype?
That would be a question you could ask Amu.
Amu, is that a technological subtype?
Would Amu know this offhand, or do we need to roll?
So Amu, no, you know offhand that it is a fey creature, and is not technically a technological subtype creature like many constructed beings are. However, it has all the vulnerabilities of a creature. So the answer to Bob's question, as he phrased it, is no. But the likely intent of what he meant is probably effectively yes.
Yeah, overload doesn't affect androids, cybernetics, drones, powered armor, robots, or creatures with the technological subtype.
Yeah, it's basically telling you that you can't use it on a creature. You can use it on weapons and consoles and things like that.
All right, well, I guess I'm going to attempt a remote hack to see if somehow I can pull up the computer interface.
All right, so you just do you have like some sort of computer rig like on your wrist or something like that?
I do have my my what's it called? The side pack thing.
Sweet. No better time to start, hacking away at your laptop than in the middle of a rolling dodecahedron MMA fight with giant snake people.
I mean, what else am I going to do?
Super chill. Basically like a coffee shop.
So what would you like me to roll? Computers or engineering on this?
Computers.
All right. That's a 25. Now, the target, and so I'm guessing, I'm not telling you how to run your game, but a target of this ability or creature attending or observing the target, my guess would be glitch is observing the computer, can attempt a perception or sense motive check, DC equals 10 plus 1/1/2 of your mechanic level and your intelligence modifier.
Yeah, that's
okay.
But that's assuming that you're trying to hide it, right? That's to spot it.
Yeah, okay. All right, cool. So anyway, I roll a 25 on my remote hack.
Okay. So this remote hack, what does it normally? So normally it's just saying like you're making a computer's hacking attempt remotely. That's
yeah, and it's a DC 21.
Great. So a couple of things become apparent to you. First of all, you're able. Unfortunately, the holographic amusement chamber, the hack is very locked down, and it's very tricky for you to get access to. It seems like Glitch has the the actual controls of the hack well under lock and key. Maybe you'll be able to fight it with a real terminal, but like as a one action in combat time, definitely not.
Okay.
However, you did expose something, which is that there are certain safeties that are still engaged because it seems like Glitch couldn't turn them off. And this actually makes sense to you because they're so hardwired into modern hacks these days. So specifically, the solipsistic materialism safeties are still engaged. Overrides are not available even to admin users. That means that all figures within the hack must be represented at all times. So all of you have to be physically represent. It can't just like trap you in nothingness, for instance. Further, there's always a way out of the hack, but you don't have to have admin permissions to access it. You should be able to basically get to an access point within any given simulation. Now, that will only necessarily get you out of that sim. You may still, unless you want to be fighting Glitch forever through an endless series of different episodes, you will still need to come up with another answer to Glitch, but you can escape from this world into another one. And you actually see the way to do that here as part of this action. You see that there is an actual exit sign in the back of the arena, and it's like glowing to you when you do your hack with meaning that says if you can actually get to the exit of the arena, you could exit this sim.
Guys, if we can get out of this particular situation, if we can get to that exit, and I point over there to the exit, we're still going to be in the simulation. We have to take Glitch down. And then, guess what? Remote hack says no action. So I guess I still have...
Well, it took your action to what remote hack means is it's not a special action to do remotely.
Okay.
Hacking still takes your full action.
Okay, so that was my standard action then. Okay, well, yep. I shout that out and point, so then I'm like, if we can take Glitch down, then we'll be better off.
All right.
Get to the access point.
And so after Bob, however, the Viper Pit goes. So they struggle and stand, but then they start charging at you guys. Unfortunately, they can't literally charge because of the Dodecahedron, but they are moving into battling position, and one of them will go to flank with Fer-de-Lance and say to Vangie, "You think you're a scary Saurian? Not quite. We'll end this fight right with a snake bite. Let the Viper Pit party all night." And that brings up Amu.
Are the snake folk guys living?
Ilthasarians are living creatures.
Right.
Whether these count as living is an interesting question.
So some of my effects don't affect non-living creatures? Like, my toxicology booster says any living creature attacking the affected target with a natural attack takes a -2 penalty to the attack. So would these be a living creature for that purpose?
You don't know. If you were fighting them in the real world, yes. In this world, you're not sure. Depends on how the program interprets that. If the program knows what those are, then sure.
We're going to do the double booster to Vengi, giving her a +1 enhancement bonus to AC and the toxicology thing. the toxicology booster, which causes a living creature to sweat a foul secretion. Any living creature attacking the affected target with a natural attack takes a -2 penalty to the attack.
Okay, cool.
The penalty is a poison effect.
So does this give her like some sort of toxic fume?
Pretty
that
much.
she emanates? All right. Neat. So the Ilthasarians, the snake people, the Viper Pit, they do back off as though they can smell, and they react to it physically. In fact, they overreact to it. Waving their hands in front of their sensitive snake noses and tongues. But they're also playing to the crowd. Is that it for you, Amu?
That would be it for Amu. Amu, we'll position ourselves so as we're behind Vengi, but blocking as many of the other people as possible.
Okay. That brings up Skritic again. You are behind Fer de Lance, and one of the Vipers is near you as well.
I think I want to keep focusing on the main guy. Trying to think. Guy try to dash under him between his legs and hamstring, or try to go for a hamstring and see how much damage I can do there.
Sure. So, he doesn't really have hamstrings. Not having legs and such.
Yeah.
But there are probably some really important muscle groups in the back that are holding up his body.
No, really.
Go for it.
Okay. Yeah, I will. Yeah. Well, just keep
much like the internet. I
stabbing.
think snake people are just a series of tubes.
I will allow you to make a survival check as your trick attack.
Okay.
As you're thinking of,
snake anatomy,
snake biology. Yeah, maybe that would be a life science check, but we'll go with survival.
Okay.
How would I skin a snake?
+4. No, 36.
Yeah, that's very good. You succeed. You may trick attack.
All right. Let's see if this works. 23 to hit.
Yep.
All right. So 5 plus 3d8. 12 more, so 17 total.
Ouch! That adds up. Yeah, that definitely stings. And he holds his back and pantomimes as though he's wounded and you've stabbed him in the back, and he leans to the crowd and he goes up to one of the panels. Is that it for your turn, by the way?
Yeah, that'll be pretty much. Well, I'll make him flat-footed until the start of my next turn.
Oh, that's cool.
Nice.
Yes, if I hit with both, then I can make him either flat-footed or off kilter, or whatever basically the attack penalty. But I'll go with the defense penalty.
So it staggers and slithers over to one of the faces of the dodecahedron and looks out to its adoring crowd, and turns back to you with kind of a glare and says, "Hello, Team Lizard Brain. You can call me Suzerain, because in this biodome, I'm the only one that reigns. Allow me to explain, lest you have a migraine. The winner of this battle has been preordained. I'll make your skulls wine glasses for my crew to drink champagne." And he will go after, I guess, Skritic after that attack.
Fair.
Skritic, what is your kinetic armor class?
19.
So you are hit and then also grappled.
Oh, again.
Every time. That's funny. So you're going to take, let's see, how much damage? You take 10 piercing damage. And then his little snakeheads miss you after the first bite, so he doesn't get to deal any extra damage and poison you. But he also does have you wrapped up at like a constrictor, and he's starting to crush your bones. And you notice that his jaw can distend very, very wide, and you have some sort of your primeval mouse brain is not happy about this situation. Vangie.
So Vangie will kind of puff up her chest a bit and say, and looking at Fertiland say, you got style, my fellow reptile, but not as much as me. I'm going to run you through, and when I do, your fans will join Team Vangie. And then she'll stab him.
Nice.
Yeah, someone took all the time between, actions, writing poetry.
Nice. Welcome to the team, Sam. Soon you will all be overacting nerds like me.
I got a 19 to hit.
That hits. And go ahead and give me your
performance
combat check too.
Only a 10 this time.
Okay. Well, he's still riding high. He's actually regained the high ground on you, and at this point after his check. So,
let's see if I can at least do him some nasty damage. Well, that's max damage, so 19.
Ouch. Well, that certainly more than bloodies him. So now he's wounded, and there's a hush in the crowd, but he manages to stand after given a momentary count, and shakes it off the frost, but a significant portion of his scales are crusted over with ice. He can't just shake off a little bit of frost, and he is certainly quite wounded.
Nice.
Hecubino.
Is Glitch still in the stands?
Yes.
I will mind thrust Glitch.
Neat.
DC is 17.
Okay, and how much damage are we talking about here?
Good question. Let me just verify.
And also very well. Let's check the outcome first, and then.
Sure. It is 4d10 damage.
Nice. So go ahead and roll that. Because it's is it half if I succeed?
Yes. Saving throw will for half.
Yep. Cool.
15.
All right. So it does seem to shake off some of it, as though it's not. It is also a creature familiar with living it. Its will save, or well, I wouldn't say it's will save. Its mental presence to you is fairly strong, actually. Sure. It seems kind of ready to engage in psychic combat, but you still do damage to it. What do you overload its mind with?
When, sort of out of a corner of its screen, when it looks around, it'll see people in the crowds checking their data pads and kind of whispering to each other can you believe it's a dodecahedron again? I'm just basically trying to shake its confidence.
What's going on?
Isn't actually this fight is actually not that interesting, despite being a multi-dimensional rap battle. The people want more.
Right.
People want more.
Where's the pageantry?
Yeah.
The dodecahedron used to mean something.
So predictable.
Oh man, that does seem to rattle it. And the way you can tell is it flickers more. There's more static and more lines going across it. You're not sure that this thing has a truly corporeal form, or if it's kind of like an energy being.
Oh, I got its number though.
Yep, that's fair. Quentin.
So when you say it's not corporeal, does that mean you can't just shoot the hell out of it?
Not necessarily. It might have certain resistances or something like that. But.
Right. Can anyone other than Hecubino actually perceive it?
Are you looking around in the crowd for it? I guess Akubino pointed it out earlier, but he did that kind of on the DL.
Oh, I definitely picked that up. I'm super, super perceptive.
That's fair. Okay, you notice it in the crowd.
Okay, I want to try and just shoot the hell out of it.
Cool.
But first,
you fire
some rap.
your blaster. But first, some rap. Okay, cool.
Okay, are you ready for the rap?
I was born ready. I'm very happy about this.
Lizard and the Brain, now that's our team. In Dodecahedron defeats your whole scheme. When it comes to beatdown, we're all fiends. Quentin is a sphere, no edges, no seams. If you battle Vangie, you'll be reviled. People always say Amu's style is wild. Skritic got claws, Bob got guile. Akubino's mind blast yours in style. Then I shoot it.
Okay, let's hope that the DMA doesn't come cracking down on this podcast.
I'm sure they will.
Ah, crap. I'm sorry. Play that backwards. Okay. What was I
We
saying?
hereby invoke the parody clause.
That was parody.
Yeah,
I
for
changed
sure.
all the lyrics. Okay. 16.
You unfortunately, you've watched all the shows, but your memory is just not very good. You're like, oh yeah, that's right. There are force fields around the dodecahedron. the blaster goes off and starts ricocheting around the 12-sided thing you're in. So let's just pick a person at random, shall we? Let's see. It's not going to be Quentin because that wouldn't be fun. So it'll be the 5 of you and the 4 of them. So Quentin, which is to say Matthew, roll a D9.
Is there such a thing?
Well, Roll20 says there is.
You can type it into the system.
If you can type it, it'll roll it.
You have to slash roll, but yeah.
I'm going to roll a D1. 3.
All right. That means it is Vangie who gets blasted.
Of course it is.
This gun is just.
You got the vitality points for it.
Oh no, I know.
So go ahead and roll damage.
I'm going to roll min damage. Hang on, I have to remember what my new damage is. I call it a new gun, It says E and F.
Electrical and fire.
Plasma. I guess it's actually a beam of plasma that bounces off and starts going throughout the whole dodecahedron. Everyone's like, what are you doing? This is why you don't use blasters.
So it says I have 1d10 E and F, so I'm basically just rolling a d10, right? Do I have a bonus for that?
It's 2 from your weapon specialization. Half your level round down.
Is it a long arm?
It is, yes.
Would be full. So 1d10 plus 5.
I robbed it.
Yay! You've been waiting to do that, haven't you? All right, I'm sorry, Vangie.
Secondary rob.
I roll really good too. 11.
That's fine. That's what stamina's for.
Please don't sue me.
Oh,
that wasn't for you. That was for the RIAA.
Beast mode deactivated.
Beast mode sued out of existence. No, I'm sad.
Is there any kind of like, obviously it's pretty obvious that we are inside this thing. I don't know why why Quentin would all of a sudden start shooting his gun at the wall, but is there any sign is there any obvious exit to this thing? Or does it look like there's a way to break through one of these panels and get out?
So there's not an obvious way out, but you can try to look for a weakness in a few different ways.
Okay.
You could just make a perception check, just like look around. You could try to make a culture check to see how much you remember about, dodecahedron gladiatorial martial arts fighting. If you want.
Yeah, I think I read a book on that when I was in school.
There you go.
What's another option? Because I failed that class.
Besides culture and perception, you could try another remote hack and see if you could access basically the the computer terminals that are maintaining the dodecahedron. Again, keep in mind those aren't really real, but they are accessible, just like they would be in the hack program.
Okay, so I'm guessing there's one over there in the corner of the arena.
Exactly.
All right, I'll attempt to remote hack that thing.
Cool. Then a computer's check.
That's a 20, and I think I missed that because the DC I think on that is 21.
No, I mean I'm letting you know, like, this is just for information gathering.
Oh, okay.
So you have not like hacked into the controls. You can't like turn off the dodecahedron.
Oh, okay.
But,
all right.
You do see that the top face, whenever it's all aligned correctly, with like a little tube above, it flickers like a little violet color, and then the dodecahedron keeps rolling, so it's only accessible very infrequently, and it would be an instant forfeit, so no one goes for it. But you can exit through the top of the dodecahedron when it's properly aligned.
Okay, and that's when you said it was when it turns purple?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. Listen, if we want to get out of here and not continue to fight, wait for the top, which, Bob kind of waves his hand, turns purple, and then we should be able to get out. We'll have to forfeit this battle, Vangie, but we'll be able to get out and then make our way to that big exit sign over there.
Vangie just nods.
And then the Viper Pit is upon you. And they will unleash a bunch of attacks upon those of you who have been sitting around, not engaging them. They don't like it. So it's going to be Bob gets one. Hecubino gets another. They kind of like Skritic, so they're not going to team up on him. No, these guys are totally going to team up on him. And, well, Skritic's no, they like to grapple everybody. So, and Skritic's already been grappled. So one will go after Quentin. So, yeah, Hecubino, Quentin, and Bob. So, Hecubino, what is your KAC?
My KAC is 60.
Believe it or not, that is good enough as one takes a big bite for you, and you're able to get out of the way, and it smashes its face up against the face of the dodecahedron, and the force field blazes in a bunch of multicolored lights.
Ooh.
Then, Bob, what's your KAC?
15.
Yeah, not good enough. This one, for all of its size, it's actually able to sneak up on you, perhaps because you've been making computers checks the whole time.
Probably.
And then you feel something like tapping on your shoulder, and you're like, huh, what? And its tail actually bifurcates at the end and is evidently prehensile, and that's what's tapping you on the shoulder. And then you're like, what? And you turn back around, and you're completely grappled by another one of these massive snake people. And this one will also take a bite out of you.
No, I don't like this.
Yeah, so you're grappled.
Snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
And take 12 damage.
Ouch.
12 piercing damage. And Quentin, what's your KAC?
19.
You are hit but not grappled. So the last one just manages to get a solid bite on you for 10 damage.
It's a mouthful of steel for his 10 damage. And that's coming out of the stamina first, yes?
Yes, stamina first.
Excellent.
Amu, you are up.
Woo. So, Skritic's still the only one who's grappled, correct?
Oh, no, Bob is too.
Oh, Bob is too?
Yep.
I must have missed that.
Yeah, it's right before it happened, right before Bob said, snakes. Why did it have to be snakes?
Yes, we heard the joke, Stephen. It was good.
No, I'm just reminding Amu because
Right. I'm with you.
he would be like turning to me and then say, well, that's a very dangerous snake. You should go first. And then later in the after party, he's going to grab a date out of my hand. It's a bad date.
How does one escape from a grapple?
You can do a reversal, a back bridge.
People can take the acrobatic skill to break free. I would also allow the athletic skill, honestly. I think either is fine. And it's a difficulty based off of the grappler's kinetic armor class.
Can you counter grapple?
Yeah, for sure. You can try to take command of the grapple, which would be I again would allow an athletics check for that, or they have a special ability that allows them to grapple. It's part of their species, but you guys could also make basically a melee attack roll. It targets their KAC plus a little bit of a number, and then you could gain control of the grapple.
Okay, taking control would be actual combat rolls?
Basically an attack roll, yeah.
Okay, yeah, there we go.
Melee attack roll.
Restore the 300 tabs I had open so as I can actually pilot Namu. Skritic or Bob? We'll go with Bob. We're going to give Bob a basic booster for +2 enhancement bonus to skill checks.
Nice.
So we can try and escape, and we might as well give him smelly skin as well.
All right.
Stinky skin for everyone.
The viper holding on to backs away, and the cloud of gas. The crowd starts booing you, Amu, as you spray stinky stuff on the snakes.
We don't spray. We inject our friend Bob, and he starts secreting a slime.
Oh, there you go. That's better.
That's
better. The phantasmal crowd of this fictitious MMA fight does not make that distinction. Skritic, back around to you, buddy.
I guess I'll try to wriggle out.
Wriggle.
Acrobatics.
Yes.
Oh, what did it? Oh, okay. Let's go with that first one, man.
Cool. Well, that succeeds. You are able to wriggle free, which is great because you didn't realize you had that sort of primal terror to you, but it's definitely in there somewhere.
Time to get away.
As you do so, you can see above you. You can actually kind of get on top of Fer de Lance, the one that had you grappled, and you see the dodecahedrons moving from your guys' constant back and forth, and it's flickering violet to not violet, violet to not violet. You can try to jump for it.
Sure, I'll try to jump for it.
Cool. We'll go ahead and use that second acrobatics check you rolled, and you're able to leap free and pull yourself out of the dodecahedron. You can wait in the little tube that's there to let people in, or you can try to immediately run for the exit. If you wait by the tube, you might be able to assist somebody else coming out, but if you run for the exit, you're running for the exit.
I'll wait.
Go right. Stab glitch.
All right. That brings up Fer de Lance. You say you're a real Vesk? Now that's just grotesque. Abandoned by your family, and you fight like burlesque. Used to fight for the orphans, now you battle for endorphins.
Ooh.
That stings.
It does.
Yeah. She looks genuinely hurt briefly.
And it will try to bite at you. Yeah.
All right. AC boosted by Amu is 26.
Oh, geez. That is hard to hit. I had a 25 and I missed.
Nice.
That's a pretty high armor class.
Amu.
All right.
Is that with the -2 that you took for attacking her with the natural weapon?
Yeah.
Okay.
I still miss. It's still insanely high.
That means I used I gave a full 3 bonus. So
Yeah, that's pretty great.
I missed by 1. I mean, Virulence has a slightly higher attack than the other Vipers. He's a little tougher. So I guess that. Oh, actually, he'll make his secondary attack.
Secondary attacks, yeah.
Ooh, that one crits.
Well,
yes, indeed. Well, poop, indeed. Take 8 damage.
Okay.
And give me a Fortitude save against poison.
22 again.
You shake it off, no problem. And as Vangie shakes off the poison, but not the venom in his words, what do you do?
So the purple thing is active. It looks like maybe I could get through it now.
It's flickering, but yes. You guys have
so she'll like nod to
like,
Ferdinand.
So long as the dodecahedron doesn't move too much, then it should be okay. It's starting to move a little bit against you because of Ferdalance's last set of lyrics that the crowd went, ooh.
So she'll nod to Ferdinand and say, when all else fails, I'll tip the scales. It's time to make a switch. With brains and brawn, we got it all going on, and we're coming for you, Glitch. And she will stab Ferdinand and then jump up to try to get out of the thing.
Go ahead and make the attack roll.
I got an 18 to hit.
Good enough. Roll damage.
For 18 damage.
Oh, geez. He would take a knee if he had any. He goes down and like it's just lifting himself up. Some of his stakes are like biting at his face to like wake him up. As he is struggling under the cryo onslaught you have going on. Go ahead and make a performance combat check.
Sure.
And the outcome of this determines how stable
21.
the dodecahedron is. Yes, excellent. So you're able to get the dodecahedron stable again so that you could either leap up yourself because you're pretty tall and you have pretty powerful leaps, or you'd be one of the best people of your group at grabbing like others and helping them up.
Okay, then yeah, she'll go ahead and just grab Skritic and I'll try to foist him up.
Nope. Skritic's already up, remember? He's already out.
Right. So she'll grab Hecubino.
Hooray!
Hecubino is being lifted out, which is a neat little segue because it's your turn.
Okay. I'll scramble onto the tube.
Mm-hmm.
And try to mind thrust the glitch again.
Oh, okay.
So 17, DC 17.
Okay. Why don't you go ahead and roll some damage?
Okay. 23.
Ouch. So it again resists you, but not that well. And it seems like really shocked. And actually, it starts flickering and running, and it runs towards the exit itself.
Come back here, you coward.
It definitely seems to be able to like kind of skip intervening distances sometimes. Like it's running and then it faces like a huge obstacle of like a vendor selling intoxicants, and it just like teleports past it immediattle as it just
can do that.
Existence. Yep. But yeah, you definitely seem to have destabilized its little matrix. And you get hoisted out by Vangie and pulled up by Skritic. So that brings up Quentin.
Okay. What color is the ceiling?
Sometimes, actually no, because of Vangie's work, it's like a light violet.
Okay. I'm not necessarily going to be able to grab anybody, am I? I mean, I'm just a little sphere.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on your strength score and athletics and stuff like that. You're not probably the best at that.
My athletics is pretty good. My strength is.
Well, I mean, then it would be a matter of cleverly using leverage.
Clever leverage.
Dice rolls.
All right, I'm going to see if I can cleverly leverage Amu using acrobatics.
Not acrobatics, athletics.
Oh, that too. I'm not good at athletics.
Well,
I'm better at acrobatics.
Yeah, see, you're a nimble, dodgy little sphere, not a brawny, carrying sphere.
Can I diplomatize him?
If you want to convince Amu that he should leave, sure.
I'm going to diplomatize Amu into running. I'm going to tell them to run.
Does Quentin actually have like a flight system?
Yes. Oh, well,
No,
sort of.
To be clear, he has like.
Cannot
If you
fly.
look at what I sent you about your character, it lets him hover off the ground and kind of gives him like a feather fall like effect, but he can't fly.
Okay.
So I would have to do acrobatics to get up there.
Yes, absolutely.
Cool. So I will do acrobatics to get up there.
Sounds good.
That sounds like fun. But first, should I rap? I think I should rap.
When are you going to have another chance? Absolutely.
I mean, we're here.
That's true. All right. So Quentin literally flips out one of his little arm claw things and kind of hooks it around something and starts spinning back and forth to build up some momentum and literally whip himself at the ceiling. Totally acrobatically, because that will be acrobatics. But as he goes, he hits the crowd with one last verse. I like Big Vesk, and I cannot lie. You five mothers can't deny. When a girl shows up with a scaly green face and a little fist in your face, you go thud, and you see your own blood, so just die already.
Wow. Fantastic.
And I'm
Love
going
it.
to fling myself towards the ceiling using my acrobatics, which is clearly what that was.
Oh,
Clearly.
fantastic.
Ah!
Oh, nope. You fling yourself up and
Got hit by a big old C&D, came crashing through the ceiling and hit you on the head.
Oh, man. SWAS mode disengaged. Oh. I'm going to ping around the dodecahedron for about a half an hour now. 1, 2, 3,
yeah, you
4,
timed
5.
it just wrong. And the dodecahedron keeps you within it because the crowd wants more.
Oh.
The rhymes
Bob.
are too good.
And rhymes were too good.
So am I grappled, or once my stinky stuff started coming out, did he let go of me?
He has let go of you.
Okay. I'm just going to look around and say, come along, Amu. We're no longer needed here. And jump out the top of the roof. And that's, what did you say, athletics for that?
Athletics or acrobatics. I would allow either one. It kind of depends on your mechanism.
29 with an athletics check.
Yowza.
That's an
so
at
it's like
20.
an at
So do I
20.
get to take Amu with me?
Absolutely. You
Okay.
can choose to take Amu with you, which is good because the Viper Pit's just about to act. But with that, even though Quentin failed miserably there at the end, and we will send a couple of bites his way for that failure because
Bing, bing,
why
bing,
not?
bing.
So Quentin, you're going to take a little bit of extra damage because you did
Okay.
bounce around. You're going to take 20 extra points of piercing damage from a couple of bites from the Vipers that I did roll. But after that, you guys are able to pull Quentin free from the clutches of the Viper Pit and Fair to Lance, who's about to spit more venomous verses at you guys, and you're able to hightail it to the exit as the arena roars. Familiar sound for Vangie, though not one she's heard in a while. And as you reach the glowing exit sign, the whole world lights up in a pattern of rainbow lights, and that is where we will leave you this time.
Oh, man. We got to take control of this glitch. Make it work for us. Yes, that's the rhyme that I will use.
That was good.
And until next time, here's hoping all of your dice rolls are critical hits.
This podcast is copyright 2021 by Major Spoilers Entertainment, LLC.